G'day all you mad gamers, it has been a while and I apologise, but the piper needs to be paid. That means the credit card needs to be paid. So there hasn't been much for a while, but we've got a few classic titles. Well, not classic, but maybe potentially classic titles coming. So guys, today's show is, well, my poison this week is Kraken Rum. This stuff's really good and I got it cheap. So guys, here's to the games that love us. Here's to the games that don't love us. Stuff those games. Here's to the shit that we'll probably never play. But I've been playing a few of these games. And guys, the big news that I sort of teased on yesterday's show of the Gaming News Opinions is the fact that contract has been signed. It's happening. The gaming room is being made. It's going to start production next weekend. Not this weekend. It originally was going to be this weekend, but I had a couple of quotes. Had to wait for the second quote to come along, and it was almost like double the amount as what the original guy had done, but it's been paid, it's getting done, and I'm really looking forward. I'll hope to document this all for you guys, because I need to really clean up that room as best as I can before the guy gets started in there, but it's definitely getting started. So probably from when that's actually done, you're going to actually see that the shit I'll probably never play will be in there with all the backdrop of all my retro gaming consoles and everything. So it's going to look really, really awesome, guys. I hope you're all as excited as I am. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, YouTube proudly presents to you its #1, I think, gaming collecting show in the world. I am Mad Mikeey, and this is the shit I'll probably never play. Mad Mikeey Gaming. So that's right, gamers. I'm finally back for a Friday edition of the Gaming Hall of Shit I'll Probably Never Play. Basically the show where I show off what I've been buying over the last couple of weeks. It used to be a weekly show, but as I said in the intro, I'm running out of money, guys. And I only got one free game this week, so guys, as per usual, if you like my show, don't forget, give us a thumbs up and like, share, subscribe, all those beautiful things, and tell all your friends about Mad Mikeey Gaming, because they might like games. So, as I said, it has been a while, but I have been picking up a few games, but it's actually going to be quite interesting because I've actually been playing some of these games. We'll start off with the game that I got for free this week, and it was on the PlayStation 3, The Godfather, the Dawn Edition. So I've played this game. I actually own it on the PlayStation 3, but my good friend Jack, for whatever reason, didn't need it anymore or didn't want it anymore. So he kindly bought it over the last time he was over here, and he's like, here you go, Baz, you can have it. So I was like, wrapped. It's a game that was actually really good back in the day, and it was very true to the actual movie. Although it didn't sort of take part of the movie, you played somebody's illegitimate son, I think it was. And therefore, you wanted to put your stamp on the mafioso empire. From what I've actually heard, this game is becoming quite rare and quite hard to find. So I was actually pretty rapt that I got it for free. Not a game that I'll probably go back and play anytime soon, but it's definitely a game because my PlayStation 3 collection is lacking a bit now and then. So I'm actually quite happy to be able to adding this one back to the collection. Now, all the other games, they're going to be pretty much current gen games. Yeah, current gen games. So I apologize in advance if you're looking for any retro games, because retro games are getting really expensive these days. But as soon as sort of everything's sorted and everything, we'll be getting back into actually getting some retro games, because I'm missing getting a few Dreamcast games. Even though there's a few out there that I'm not 100% sure on. But guys, in the comment section below, that's what it's there for. If there's any games that you think that I should get, don't forget, let me know which ones you'd like to see. But moving on to the games that I've got now, the first one that I got, I was pretty fortunate to get this. I pre-ordered at very last moment and was really happy to get it, and it was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch, and this was really cool. So when, in case you guys don't know, I actually went in for surgery a couple of weeks ago, well 3 weeks ago now, and I actually took in the Nintendo Switch with this, and I was playing it quite a lot. Just a lot of good fun. I haven't played it probably as much as I'd like. I've got a few friends over there on the Nintendo Switch that do actually have the game, but never on at the same time, unfortunately. So if you guys who watch, send me your Nintendo Link ID and let's get together and yell each other at some Mario Kart, because that's what Mario Kart's all about, just yelling at people, because you know there's some sort of cheating going on. Next up, the next Nintendo game that I got was Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia Echoes. Now, this is apparently a remake of an old Fire Emblem game. I only recently got into the Fire Emblem games when Awakening came out on the 3DS, and I absolutely adored that game. The last one that I got was Fire Emblem Fates, which I actually got the Collector's Edition, which was probably on quite a few shows ago, and that was on the one cart. So this one's actually been getting quite a lot of rave reviews. I actually haven't played this game yet, and the Nintendo 3DS is definitely got some dust going. I was actually because I had all of my 3DS games in a little sort of cartridge pack, so they were all out of their covers. And sort of with the gaming room starting to come along and sort of filling up all the shelves, I sort of thought, okay, let's put them all back in there and sort of add them with the rest of their friends. But the problem was, like, I was missing the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time game or case. Yes, it was it was the game. I'm missing the game, and I'm missing the cover of Link's Awakening. Oh, far out. I don't even remember what I've got anymore. But bottom line, I've got 2 Zelda games on the 3DS. I'm missing the cover of one, and I'm missing the game. I know that the game and the cover are together. I just can't find them anywhere, guys. And it's really getting me upset. Because when I lose stuff, I'm lucky that this room is still in one piece, because I tear the hell out of these places looking for those games. But yeah, I still haven't found it. Getting pretty sad. But onto the PlayStation 4 games that I picked up. First one that I got that I'm really wanting to be putting a lot of time into this game, but I just can't sort of get that time frame where I can play for a steady period of time and really invest in it, and it is Persona 5. But when I'm playing this game, it is so much fun. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I can't find a map, and it's really hard to find places, and it's really annoying. So I think this was sort of some sort of collector's edition case. It's obviously the tin one. So I was actually pretty happy to have picked up this one. I don't think I actually pre-ordered it. So that was really cool that I was able to get this. I'm thoroughly enjoying this game, guys, and I don't know what else to say. I love the Persona games. I really first got into them when they brought out Persona 4 Golden on the PSP. And I put in so many hours into that game. But I was only really sort of playing it on the train ride home and on the way to work. So it was sort of like 40 minutes backwards and forwards. And I probably racked up about sort of 40 hours in that game, and then I just all of a sudden stopped for some reason. There was probably some sort of 3DS game that came out, and I just started sort of putting it on the back shelf. And then more recently, probably about a month or so ago, I did start it up again, and yeah, that's about as far as I got. I haven't jumped into any dungeons, but I'm just starting up on the first main dungeon where we're going to go try and steal some evil hearts. And the next one I got, which is one that I've been waiting for friggin' ages, guys. Like, I've got it on PC, but as you guys know me, I'm a bit of a couch potato. I like to sit down on my couch and I like to play my games on the couch. I like to play them on my big 4K screen. I've got a 1080p screen, but it's not the best one. But it is in fact Dreamfall Chapters. Now, I've been a long-standing fan of this series of games. First started with The Longest Journey, which I when I started getting into video games, I was reading up a bit about it over on GameSpot. That was obviously before I knew a lot about gaming, and I was just reading up about it, and I was really excited because it was the adventure game, because I had so many memories of like all your LucasArts games, and I was really invested in that, and I actually found it at my local EB store, and I played it, and I loved it. I shared it with my friends, and they really enjoyed it. I never got around to finishing it, of course. And then obviously there was Dreamfall that came out. I've got that on Xbox, I've got it on PC, I've got it everywhere. And now with Dreamfall chapters out, and I can play it on the couch. It looks beautiful. It did go through a bit of development issues. Like, they actually did change the game's engine sort of midway through it, because they were releasing it as an episodic style game. And just now, there was quite a few delays, unfortunately, for some strange reason. I did actually sort of message Red Thread, the developers of the game, and I jumped on Twitter and sort of said, why is this keep getting delayed? Have we got an exact date? But it finally came out, and I picked it up straight away. They actually looked at me pretty weird when I said, hey, can I pre-order Dreamfall? And they're like, why would you want to pre-order that? I'm like, you're probably not going to have many of them. And funnily enough, they didn't. They only had 2 of them on the PlayStation 4 and 1 of them on the Xbox. And I asked, does it have PS4 Pro support? They said, oh, I don't know. How do you tell? Well, friggin' look at the back, guys. PS4 Pro support. Get your shit together, guys. And in the last PlayStation 4 game that I did pick up over the last couple of weeks, it was actually Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor. I've actually already got this on 360, oh, not 360, on Xbox One. I did want to pick it up on the PlayStation 4 because they obviously did add the PS4 Pro support. An EB game sale at the moment. I've been really just trying to pick it up really cheap. I did get this for about $23. I think it's secondhand, which really doesn't matter with these Blu-ray discs because they don't really scratch that much. It's just more or less the case, but obviously at EB Games, if you go there, they've probably taken it out of the case anyway. But anyway, really interesting game. I do enjoy it. I did play it quite a bit on the Xbox One. I did actually have a really hard learning curve in playing this game. Like, I was dying really quickly at the start of the game, and it just sort of, as you were sort of reading up about it and sort of everything, just as you were reading up about it, they said sometimes it might be a good idea just to run. So I really did learn off of that, but I didn't like running away from the bosses in those games because they obviously power up and become a lot harder. Now, there's a couple of Xbox One games that I picked up this week. Little Nightmares, which is actually a pretty good game. I streamed it the other week on Friday, and I actually had a lot of fun with it, but I got up to this really hard section where you've got to like dodge all these people on a table, and I just kept getting grabbed by the same one. Then I sort of worked it out. Then I got right to the end, and then the last guy grabbed me, and I was just like, that's it. I can't take this anymore, because I legit was stuck on that section for probably about 20 minutes to half an hour, and it drove me insane. I'm like, okay, I've just got to put this away, and I've got to just come back to it another time. I haven't obviously got back to it another time because there's other games that I'm playing, and this bad boy has probably got a lot to do with it. Injustice 2, the Ultimate Edition. I have been playing the hell out of this game. I absolutely love it. I'm not normally a big fighter game player, but obviously DC, and you've got the Mortal Kombat guy games, like Street Fighter games and everything like that. I am terrible at. Like, I'm just a button masher on that game. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But at least with your Mortal Kombat games, there is a sort of simple strategy to a lot of it. It's a lot of sort of down forward, back forward, forward back, all those sorts of things. So you can sort of do a few awesome combos and get away with button mashing. That's probably why I'm more along the lines of the DOA type games and then your Mortal Kombat games. But I finished a single story campaign last week, which was a lot of fun. It's really good because it does sort of make you play a lot of the other characters that you probably normally wouldn't. The only one that I'm really having a lot of trouble with is the tank sort of characters, like your Scarecrow. I haven't really played much as Bane because I'm really trying to level up the ones that I do have a lot of fun with. So my main characters that I play on there is Catwoman, Harley, Batman, Green Arrow, Flash. Like, I'm actually struggling with Flash in this one. I was actually pretty good with him in the first game. But I've actually joined a guild through some of the guys over on the Gamer Nation Facebook group that I'm a part of. And obviously I've got the Gamer Nation podcast. So I'm looking forward to really helping the guild. It's just something that I can sort of sit back and play for maybe an hour or so and just do a couple of the daily missions. And I'm really enjoying the collectible aspect of getting the outfits and all the loot. So I really do actually recommend that. But in terms of physical games, they're the only physical games that I actually did pick up this week. A couple of digital games that I picked up over the last couple of weeks. I did actually get the NBA game over on the Nintendo Switch, which I'm not overly impressed with. Like, it's fun. I'll probably say that it's fun. But playing it on the tablet sort of mode, it looks like dog's balls. I swear to God, it is just fuzzy as hell. Like, the background pictures are just terrible. Like, when you play it on the screen on dock mode, it looks pretty good, but there's just a lot of things. Like, it should be just as simple as an NBA Jam game, to be honest, and it's not. Like, I mean, sure, you got the shooting, but you've got to like do the gentle, you've got to hit the right timing and things like that. Which makes it actually really hard. But when you do it, you get your extra points and everything. And yeah, look, I'm not having a lot of fun with it. I think they need to really sort of go back to the drawing board and add a lot of sort of just add-ons or fixes to that game, because it could be a lot of fun. I really do see the potential there to have a lot of multiplayer fun with friends, with online. But just like rebounding is a hard thing to do, and blocking is a very hard thing to time. But it is a little bit of sort of jump in, jump out kind of fun. And as I just got home tonight, I did just order, and it is downloading at the moment, the Friday the 13th game. So if you guys did sort of watch one of my gaming news opinions where I said, do not buy this game day one, it was exactly like that. Of course, I bloody bought it day one. Now, I wanted to actually get it on Xbox One because a lot of my friends are actually on there, but I've been looking on the Xbox One store all day and it hasn't been there, and it's been there on the PlayStation 4 store all day. I did have some trouble sort of buying it because I did want to sort of just buy it through the app and have it ready for me when I got home, but alas, whatever issues they were having, I even tried buying it on the store at work on the computer, and it said there was some issues, but you know what? I just got home, bang, 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 it's downloading. It's only like 3.2 gig. So I'll probably give a bit of a live stream of that tonight. So hopefully have some fun with good old Jason Voorhees. I love the Friday the 13th movies, and I really hope that this really captures the essence of it. I've actually seen a couple of reviews of this game. One of them was just sort of an independent reviewer, and he canned the shit out of it. He was just like, this isn't Friday the 13th, this isn't Jason, bad facial animations. He actually said that it made the Mass Effect launch facial animations look like a quadruple A game. But I don't care. I just want to see him get chopped up, because, I mean, you think of the physics that are going to happen on there. But the main reason that I did sort of say don't buy this day one is because it's not a complete game and you're not getting the single story campaign along. I know that it was originally just going to be a multiplayer game, but they did delay it to add on this single player. So it sort of was like, well, if you delayed it, why do we not have the single player game out now? So what's going to probably happen is I'll probably be playing it on the PlayStation 4 with obviously randoms or guys over at the Gamer Nation. And when and if a physical copy comes out, because I was inquiring about it and I haven't heard anything. So guys, if you know anything about any physical copies coming out other than if you were a backer, please let me know in the comments below, because I'd really love to go pick that one up on the Xbox when it eventually does come out. But that's it for this week, guys. As I said, look, I'm on a bit of a budget at the moment, so these shit I'll probably never play shows are going to be very random. This is the 13th episode of this year, so I mean there have been a few, but I'm sorry there haven't been many retro games, but I'm really excited about the games that I have picked up, and I look forward to sort of playing them. Don't forget, if you guys ever want to sort of catch up and play games with each other, all my social media links are in the description. And come by. I've got a Mad Mikeey Gaming Facebook page. I've got Instagram. I've got Twitter. Just come by, drop off your gamer tag on whatever you're playing, and we'll get together and we'll have some fun. But guys, also let me know what you guys have been playing this week or what you've bought over the last couple of weeks, because I really want to hear about it. And I will bid you all guys a great weekend. Take care, guys.